If you want to become a billionaire, just decide to become one. If you decide today to become a billionaire, then it might take you, say, 3, 4, 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, but obviously you have the power to become that billionaire decision you've made today. A lot of people, I noticed that one thing that is standing between them and the desired success is their inability to decide. We call it indecisiveness. Different types of things that contribute to people being afraid. And one of the 3 things he mentioned, he said indecisiveness and doubts. So these two put together forms what we call fear. Once that fear is there, a lot of people cannot decide, right? So they want to do something, they really cannot decide that I will take this bold step to be able to go ahead to do what I want to do. And I noticed that most of the things that you will do to become successful is a little bit scary, risky. And the more risky it is, the more afraid you are, actually, the more it is valuable. Who ask me how would they become a billionaire? I just tell them, decide to become one. Decide to become one. If you want to become a billionaire, just decide to become one. It's as simple as that. Just like we always hear people say, simple as ABCD. If you decide today to become a billionaire, today, right? Today, then it might take you, say, 3, 4, 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, but obviously you have the power to become that billionaire decision you've made today if you're able to make it. Okay, a lot of people, I noticed that one thing that is standing between them and the desired success is their inability to decide. We call it indecisiveness. While I was reading through the book Think and Grow Rich, written by Napoleon Hill, one of the things that got my attention was that he said there are different types of fears, one of which he mentioned, there are different types of things that contribute to people being afraid. And one of the 3 things he mentioned, he said indecisiveness and doubts. So these two put together forms what we call fear. And once that fear is there, a lot of people cannot decide, right? So they want to do something, they really cannot decide that I will take this bold step to be able to go ahead to do what I want to do. Now, in a lot of ways from my experience, I noticed that most of the things that you will do to become successful, not even talking about billionaire status first, it's going to be a little bit scary. It's going to be a little bit somehow, some kind of difficult, right? Tough, risky. And the more risky it is, the more afraid you are, actually, the more it is valuable for you to become that successful. So as I realized this, I noticed that, look, I have to welcome anything that I'm afraid of. I have to find a way of hugging it and making it part of me, right? And then find a way to deal with it. Or sometimes, if possible, dodge it if it's not that necessary. But in most cases, it's something you may have to tackle. You may have to tackle head on so that you can proceed to the next level. So, but for so many people, they are usually afraid and they would never go close to that thing they are afraid of. They wouldn't decide to kill the fear. They wouldn't decide that, look, this is who I see within me. And for everyone, what I've noticed is you have within you the seed for success. You have within you a burning passion to become that thing that you are made to fulfill as a purpose on this earth. But not everybody is bold enough to decide that I want to go after this dream. So naturally, there are so many factors that will be holding you back. Naturally, there are so many factors that will be holding you back. But the day you decide and said to yourself that enough is enough, right? Enough is enough. I can remember in my trend of activities, becoming who I am today, it was actually scary leaving a job of even 50,000 naira when I was not certain of what will happen out there. But guess what? After leaving the job, I ended up getting a better one that is paying more than that. Of course, because I was prepared to. I'm not just living for living's sake. So, but I'm always equipping myself. That's why I advise young people, don't work at a job to earn. work at a job to learn, because your learning capacity is your earning capacity at all time. Maybe I should say this again. Don't work at a job because you want to earn, because you want to be paid. Work at a job because you want to learn. Why? Because your learning capacity at all time is your earning capacity. Don't ever forget this, right? I learned it the hard way, but thank God I've realized it today. So the more you learn, the more you earn. That's what it means. But for a lot of young people, their only concern is they want to go and get a job that was prepared by someone who learned how to do it. Where you are getting a job right now, where you are getting an interview, or where you are working right now, would you believe me if I say that somebody used their brain, the same brain you have, he decide or she decide to be able to start the company, and the company, thank God, is working so well that people like you are employed today. So what you might just want to do is to decide within you. My advice for people is work for others, but the only reason why you should do that is you want to learn, and you should spend at least 5 years if possible, at most 15 years or 10 years if possible. And it's possible except that you didn't decide that you want to do it like that. For me, I took the decision. Even while I wanted to leave the government work as a lecturer, it was so challenging. I can remember vividly that my hands were shaking because I don't know what the future holds, right? But I was so certain within me that, look, I wanted to do business. I wanted to employ others. I don't just want to end up just being an employer of government, complaining. Of course, we had an ASU strike that took us, I think, not less than 8 months as at that time. So I was just struggling from one place to the other, trying to look for alternatives on how to survive before we are now reinstated after the ASU strike. It was a whole lot of struggle. But during this period, I was taking my personal development serious, and I was actually deciding what to do with my life. And thank God, God helped me. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching me right now, the same salary the federal government was paying me then, I am paying multiple people now, right, from my establishment, right, and more are coming. Do you understand? So what I'm telling you is, it all starts by taking that single decision. Of course, like I said, your working time is your learning time. Your working phase is your learning phase. So don't pay attention to payments. Don't pay attention to paycheck. In fact, if you don't have a job, go and volunteer to work so you learn. And that's even more effective than actually taking a paycheck, because anytime you take a paycheck, your brain doesn't work much. Like, you are not really thinking hard on how to figure things out. You get relaxed, because by the end of the month, something will enter. So this has been a trap, and that's why a lot of motivational speakers will tell you that the salary they pay you is just a medicine to forget your future. And a lot of people actually forget it. So if you can pretend not to see the money, if the only thing you can do is assume, for me, I usually assume that this money is just my upkeep, like my allowance, but what I want is what I want, which is to learn. So in most cases, it's easier if you get a job that is actually in line with your passion. Even if it's not in line with your passion, at least figure out something out of this job that is creative, that you can build on. There's always a spark from what you do. By the way, in the first place, you are there because you like to do the job. Even if you don't like to do the job, like it and make something out of it. In most cases, you mustn't even like what will bring out the massive money or whatever that will bring out the best in you. You might not necessarily like it. Yes, when you hear billionaire said, I'm passionate about, no, sometimes they've gone to the level that they can now afford to be passionate. But for people like me and you need to grind hard. You need to work very hard. From the beginning, you need to work very hard. I don't know if you are listening. So what I'm saying in essence is that it all starts from that single decision. Even to learn is not easy, but you need to decide that I want to learn. Not to pay attention to money is not easy, but you need to decide that I'm no longer paying attention to money. Let me even try this thing these people are saying. For people, like seriously, I am telling you some of these things because in the past, even when I had motivational speakers saying things like this, I just pass them and ignore, like they don't know what we are going through. That's what I keep saying. Not knowing that I'm the one that did not know what I was even going through. I am pitying myself of the past now as I talk to you. Because if I knew it right then, especially when I was in university and I've started studying financial books, pick up financial books and start reading as at then, if I realized that, seriously, my life would have been better. But no regrets because I'm still young and the flow is still open. The only thing is that the time you think you have right now that you are wasting away, you don't have it. You really do not have enough time. So you need to make hay while the sun shines. You need to really take a move. Decide right now. And that decision, it's hard for you to decide because of the fear, because of the doubts, because of your inability. But you can make yourself able. You can have ability when you learn. This is the only empowerment you can have free of charge. Watching videos like this could make, it doesn't make sense to a lot of people. They prefer to watch big yash, they prefer to watch jokes. They prefer to watch a lot of things that doesn't really impact on them. If at all it does, it's negative impact. You know what I mean? Like it plants some dirty things on your mind, such a way that these things affect your subconscious mind and who you become on the outside, because these are the things you've been taking in over the years. For me, I've even restricted myself. Like back then, if you tell me not to watch a TV, it's just come and kill me. But for now, right now as I speak to you, everything has changed. Everything has changed. Rome was not built in a day. Don't think about quitting everything at a time, but at least start gradually. Decide to start something and be consistent at it. Don't do it this month and then you skip 1, 2, 3 weeks or months and then you come and do it once again expecting to be successful. No. If you pick up an habit, you need to do it such a way that it masters you. If you want to learn habit of reading, I'm doing video right now. I said I'm going to be doing it 1,000 days. Today is about 149 or something. So before you realize, I'm already at day 1,000 or even beyond that. And this is actually preparing me again for something greater in the future. Some of them you start seeing me in places and you'll be wondering, he said it. Yes, I said it and I'm doing it because I decided. And I'm doing it. You can also do it. Nobody stops you, by the way. It's just a decision. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this session, please share with others. My target is to inspire people, empower people through my messages, as well as, raise entrepreneurs, right? At least 1 million entrepreneurs must come out from this, my brain, from my daily mentorship. There are some of them that are already on internship with me. There are some of them that are close mentors. I coach a lot of people for free. I have a target for doing that. Maybe with time, I might not have so much time to be doing the free stuff. While it still lasts, maybe you can take it. But if you don't take me serious now, I know with time, you might not even have access to seeing me like this, free, without paying $5,000. Right? Thank you so much for watching me. If you enjoyed, please share, like I said, comment. My name is Kabir A. Abdulkadir. Thank you so much, and we'll do this again tomorrow. Bye bye for now.